All right, today I'm here with Austin Patry. He is the founder of RealZ, the brand taking something as simple as dates and nut butter and turning it into one of the cleanest, best tasting on-the-go snacks out there. They actually started back in college with a food truck, realizing healthy snacks were anything but, and then built something that actually lives up to the name. Real ingredients, real flavor, no junk. We're gonna be walking through what it looks like when a brand like RealZ intentionally uses Amazon ads, the tools, and then the decisions that they use within inside these tools to grow visibility and the performance. This is a paid collaboration with Amazon ads, so all opinions are our own. Austin, let's start back at the beginning. Before RealZ existed, you and Sophia were running a food truck, scaling, rolling, and bowling, and constantly trying to create snacks that were clean, portable, and actually good. When you stepped into Amazon with RealZ and started working inside Amazon ads, what were the areas that you guys were trying to figure out?
Yeah, it just opened up a whole new world for us because obviously Amazon being the biggest e-commerce platform in the world, it felt like the world was our oyster. And that way we can immediately be able to sell to people all over the country and put a little ad spend behind it. We early on had the idea of like, we understand we need to spend money to make a little money. And with these ads, we were able to get as granular and as general as we'd like to be with kind of who we're targeting. And pretty early on, to be honest, it shocked us how quickly we got momentum on Amazon. And for any here on out, like from any new brand, we always tell people we think Amazon is the best platform to start with, even more so than direct to consumer because it has such a massive built-in audience.
When you started, what did you feel like was the biggest opportunity within testing the different ads and everything?
Well, I think our product was very unique to start with, dates with nut butters, right?
Yep.
So originally it was, do we target this as to people who are looking at candy and as a candy replacement? Are we targeting people who are looking for dates? And then with Amazon, we were able to kind of tweak and test all of those different categories. So right when we started, it was more so testing. And also through Amazon, we just noticed that a lot more people were buying from, let's say, a certain area of the country that we didn't necessarily expect. And whether it was maybe just by population wise, but like the Northeast was a really big and surprising area of focus for us that actually later led to our focus with retail and wholesale and other components of our business that kind of started with Amazon in that area.
And for a brand like RealZ, where the entire story is built around simplicity, real ingredients, the foundation inside of Amazon ads, it matters so much. So like the way that you choose the campaign structure, the targeting, the allocating of the budget, especially with a product like yours, which is unique. Before we scale anything, the goal is always the same. Use Amazon ads intentionally so you can show up to where your shoppers are actively searching for your product, or at least similar ones. And then you optimize from there. And so I know one of the things that you and I worked on together was this getting your ad structure the right way, which I know for us early days was partially on the Amazon ad side and then also on like the product choice and which packages do we use? Do we do a 3-pack or a 4-pack or a 20-pack or whatever it may be? I know that was super, super helpful there.
That was a big unlock for us working with you and just seeing what else is on Amazon and kind of understanding price point and package size, because that is something that we did have to tweak at the beginning. And once we did, we could really see the flywheel start to happen.
Yeah, and like once we started aligning everything, right? So we got your package right, package size right, we got some of the images on right, and your ads were constantly and consistently reaching the right shoppers. What were like the biggest shifts from you as a brand? What was the biggest shift that you noticed?
The consumers too, and targeting some of these AdWords. So like before, we were also targeting pregnant women who are actually like clinically proven to ease labor and if they eat dates in their 3rd trimester. So that and athletes. And actually recently with some keywords, we've been able to focus on corporate clients. And we realized we had some really big orders through Amazon of corporate campuses serving our product as like a healthy snack for the office. So I think it's been really, really helpful to see and kind of test certain markets and then to understand where it's going and who it's going to.
One thing I say over and over again is when your structure's right, performance signals show up really quick. And so you usually start seeing these early wins that tell you you're on the right trajectory. And so the performance becomes this way more predictable when the targeting and structure are aligned. And I think that's what was so helpful with both of us is we went in, and I come from an Amazon ads background and you come from just an entrepreneur and understanding your product so well and understanding just ads in general, from Google to Facebook to Amazon as well. I mean, I think one of the big things that we saw was there were certain products that just took off right away.
Yeah.
And so we just double, triple, quadrupled down.
Of course. And then, of course, being able to really hone in on certain times of the year where date consumption may even increase. I mean, that's the beauty with ads, is that you can kind of scale it up or down depending on that season. And that's something that we definitely took advantage of. Like, for example, during Ramadan in February and March, which is the biggest date consumption of the year for religious reasons. And to be honest, we didn't really know how to market to. But with Amazon and specific keywords of Ramadan snacks and things like that, we can really hone in on and see that return and target the exact people that we're trying to market to.
Amazon at this point in the ad console specifically gives us so much data from the search query performance that we can see direct data from Amazon, which is so nice.
Yeah. And then we can take that and learn from it and then increase it for next year. So we know kind of that time period that we can really lock in.
For RealZ, I know creative was a big unlock. Ads bring the people in, the PDP has to convince them to actually buy. And so when your entire brand is built on clean ingredients and simplicity, the design of your guys' packaging is incredible. But what's cool is you guys kept that along with the like selling points of these benefit focused images through each one. Will you just like talk a bit on some of that?
Yeah, that's really important to our brand, is the authenticity of it, the cleanliness. So it's super minimal, 3 to 4 real ingredients, and also the sourcing. So farmers are a big portion of our business, and that we have direct relationships with these farmers. Through all of these ads, we're able to convey that message to people who may not know, but if they see a RealZ ad, they are able to see, okay, this is something that I am interested in that otherwise they may not have found, and all of the really important characteristics of our company and our mission.
And Austin, if you had one piece of advice for another founder, they're trying to grow through Amazon ads, what would it be?
Number one, I'd say start with Amazon. For someone who already is on Amazon, for me personally, it's to reach out to an expert who knows those ads. So in our case, we actually did try to do like a little bit in-house, and we had someone kind of on the side who was kind of off and on Amazon ads. But as soon as we started working with you and your team, it is true that as soon as we worked with someone they live and breathe Amazon ads and understand how things change and understand the new updates that we can take advantage of, which are happening all the time. Amazon's always updating something in a positive way. It's really, really helpful, and you can take advantage of all the options and possibilities.
Most brands aren't limited whether like the ads work. They're limited by like their structure. Like when you take the time to test, refine, optimize within the Amazon ads, your performance is going to improve across the board. Now, the problem is there's so many people out there that are bad examples. And so they sit there, and I have calls like this all the time where people sit out there. That's not to say that's true at all, because majority of the time people have the structure completely wrong. It's the biggest thing that I find is an issue. Now, there is truth that there are some products that you don't really want to go after because it's so expensive to go after. The one thing that I've appreciated about working with you is just how involved you've been. You ask really good questions. You guys move super quick. You care about like long-term more than just the quick wins. And I think that the mindset that you have, especially when you're actively working inside the Amazon tools, is so, so important.
Thank you. Yeah, I think a lot of people look at brands, whether it's on Amazon or even in retail, wholesale, they see a brand blow up overnight. And when you look behind the scenes, it's been 10, 20 years that they've been building that brand. And it surprises a lot of people. They don't really know the origin stories. So I think too, you continuously can improve in ads. Like I said, Amazon's always updating something so that it is beneficial to the brand. So it's something that I think sticking with and trying to refine over time is super important for brands.
Austin, I'm super grateful for you, and thanks for just walking all of us through this journey. We'll jump into some behind the scenes as well.
Likewise. Always good to talk to you, Nick. Thank you.
Always good seeing you.